Good morning. Yep. Let me turn this thing on. Make sure this is still working. Get this lady out of here. That would be nice. My plan is to work, Emily. What's your plan for today? This is Chris over at Bradenton PC Repair. Just calling to let you know that that server is ready to pick up. Thank you. Have a good day. Good morning, Mr. Tech Life. Morning. How do you spell partially? P-A-R-T-I-A-L-Y? I partially understood the letters that you said, Tech. What is Rod Run? Let's look it up. It is apparently something in Pigeon Forge. Rod Runs. Oh, I understand that part. So how close was I to Pigeon Forge? I was nowhere close to Pigeon Forge. Is that where you're at, Grant? Yeah. Yeah, so Tech was trying to convince me that I was, like, right next to you. Good, Emily. Octopus is good. When, in fact, I was on 24 South as soon as I left Nashville. He's like, oh, yeah. Grant's, like, 30 minutes away from you. 30 minutes being, like, several hours. Yes, just like going to see frickin' Josepher in Indiana is just a slight detour that would have added 8.5 hours to my trip. Yes, Emily, I've eaten octopus before. What? What do you, what, I'm sorry, Lee. AMD, you're talking about AMD video cards? So, AMD video cards in laptops use shared memory. There is no VRAM. So, they'll use a percentage of the RAM that's there. And NVIDIA does it only if it is a dedicated video card. Look at tech coming in here. Integrated graphics. Memory system shared. Not wrong. That what is going on here? I gotta take my streaming PC apart and fix one of the fans. It's starting to go after all this time. Thanks, Tech. I have considered it, but then I would get too many car people. What's going on, Mr. Poorly? You feeling better, mate? No, Emily, I do not. This is Chris.
Good morning, Chris. This is Barbara.
Yeah, you just bring the computer in and I'll take a look at it for you. Mm-hmm. Yep, bye. That is very brittle. How long do we need to run you for? Final week. Remember, someone's going to win this plus some money on that weight loss challenge. PLA. Less than 4 hours. When does it get back to looking here? Well, I was looking back at this. And yeah, more than likely he's going to be the winner. Remember right, this stuff, this... I don't think this fits in here. Does not. my hands work right. Just the right height. Emily, what are you talking about? You have... So how much was this? Was $10? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50... 50 bucks? Something like that? Why would you try and get people to give away their money, Emily? You don't give away your money. That is very, very tight. It's almost like I need to put like a lubricant in here to get this thing going correctly, and then super glue it into place. Why does this keep doing that? Oil and plastic go together, right? Oh yeah, that's better. Like immediately. This thing ain't coming apart. I'll put it like that. Like ever. The tolerances on this thing are a little bit too tight for my design of this umbrella holder. So now I can't. Now I can't force it together. All right, I forced it together. No, the only thing that we need, because this ain't coming apart. I was thinking I was gonna have to super glue it. What I'm gonna actually have to do is shim it. But and I'll probably real quick like cut out the bottom of this. Yeah. I mean, that by itself is probably good enough. Because that's not going to go anywhere. But yeah. So I'm gonna need to shim this because this is too wide up here. Nice little holder. It needs more than that. Holy crap. I am expecting people to show up today. Based on the number of calls I got yesterday where people were like, yeah, are you open tomorrow? Carbon plastic in the morning. There you go. Need to make sure it's not too difficult to get out of there. Perfect. And Tech wanted me to use just a simple piece of PVC like a plebeian. No. She doesn't want that. She just wants a holder for it. So that when she's walking and when she goes into church, she can keep it there. And the nice thing is if this breaks, then I can redesign it. But that was pretty good. And if she wants to, it gives her a higher up place to hold stuff. Because my question to her, and like I immediately, like if it does start raining and you go and you pull this thing out, how are you going to walk and do this? And she didn't have an answer for me. And I said, okay, just don't hurt yourself. Drink from my my Buc-ee's cup this morning. Well, there's just a giant gas station.
Anybody want robot legs? Titanium toy with exoskeleton.
Okay. How about you pay for that, Mr. Big Bucks? Because if there's some world in which you think I can afford that, you high. Okay. Hello. Well, I'm not winning, Emily. Wawas are awesome. Because Chris has been too busy doing other stuff rather than trying to be healthy. Yeah, Emily, I have another color that I have to do this to. Yeah, Tech. Come control my eating habits. How dare you not be doing that? Thought that's what I was paying you for. All the cupcakes I don't eat. One of the best prints I've ever, like, this is the most functional print I think I've ever done. I am rewinding filament onto different rolls for my 3D printer. Why? Why do you do this to me? This is actually a work surface, not a mouse pad. So this is a rubber mat. Nope. Never played it. Yeah, this is a mod mat from Gamers Nexus. I've been playing Dune Awakening and Hogwarts Legacy. It's like $50 per roll, Emily. That one's red. Then we have green. Brown. And then we have gray. Oh, thank you. First one is gray. Why is it not holding on to this? Now it's going to disappear. Right? We got that right. Gray brown. Okay. Splits and objects. So, that's why. How long does it say this is gonna take? It didn't. Huh, hour.
A haunted house actor terrifies you with the details about the drama.
I didn't wait.
Bigfoot. A haunted house actor.
Okay. Well, this worked. Like I said, I think this is my most successful, like, functional print. I just need to, I have to buy 4 spools of the Bamboo Labs filament. so that I can actually use these, because this is designed, this thing is designed for the Bamboo Labs filaments. Like the actual spools. It works well. Figure out how to mud up some walls. Never done it before, but I want to try and get that done this week. That'll be something. So I can start getting my parts wall put together. So let me grab another computer. Now, good to see you too, Emily. Hey, this is Chris over at Bradenton PC Repair. Your computer's ready. 1 p.m. Well, no, I'm only open to one. Alrighty. Yep, have a good one. Bye. I gotta go cut my mom's cat's nails. Then I'm going to go help a friend with his car. Alright, so this computer. Oh yeah, you gotta cut cat's nails, Emily's, otherwise they cut you open. So this computer is running super slow. This is a really interesting looking computer though. It looks like marble. Nope, looks like marble. I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep clean on it here. Oh, so he is alive. And that wasn't just you typing on his account? Well, you need to figure out, to fix a slow PC, the first thing you need to do is determine what is making it slow. And I think the thing that is making this so slow is the fact that this is a mechanical hard drive. Because it's a laptop, Emily. How would you like me to show you the screen while I work on it? Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't have that, what do I do? I'm glad we're both on the same page, Emily. Well, regardless, welcome in, Love Muffin. As long as you keep up his monthly subscription, I don't care. He can be dead. Because that's definitely all I care about. It does not, Emily. Beautiful. That's working. Or, Emily, you could just deal with the fact that you can't see it. That's the other thing. 99% of the computers I work on, you guys see. The fact that there's one that you guys don't, probably fine. So this computer, one of the things that I wanted to do is determine, what do we got here? This is an AMD Athlon, okay. It's an AMD Athlon 300U with it does have an SSD, but that Athlon 300U, that's gonna slow this way down. What is going on? Resume printing. Not stick whatsoever back there. it supposed to make this? Is this supposed to be over here? Well, I got an easy solution for that. We're gonna put glue on it. Try it again. You have an HP printer. It has one job. Yes. Buy a laser printer. Fine. We're going to have to calibrate these. Auto calibrate. Auto calibrate. Nope. Confirm. Auto calibrate. We have the textured PEI plate. Right? Yes, we do. Right? So this I think yeah, but why would they know that? Wait, is this I got a perfect 0. I can't replace the CPU, Emily. When did this processor come out? Six years old. Okay. The hard drive isn't slow. This is a replacer. This message is for Karen. This is Chris over at the computer shop. If you could give me a call back, 941-567-4017. Thank you. Yeah, the only recommendation I have for this thing is that it needs to be replaced. That's it. I will do that in a momento. Alright, let's do sit-ups. I haven't done sit-ups in a minute. Oh. Whew. Yeah. See how my arms are doing today. I don't think a push-up is going to happen today. Nope. Push-ups ain't happening. My arm's still quite sore. Somewhat, Emily. I need to start using the green armband instead of this orange one. Okay. I need to format this apparently. We're about to get working on it. It is not powering on. Yeah, I really... Where'd you get NZXT from? This is an H Pizzle. Ooh. Oh, okay. Thinking it's the power supply, though. Alright, Emily. That happens sometimes. Sorry you didn't sleep well. They don't, Emily. This is Chris. Yeah. So that computer, it looks like the reason it's running so slow is the Windows 11, and that computer not really being designed to run Windows 11. The processor that's in it is relatively old, which is with more and more updates that are coming in, they're more and more CPU reliant. So you're just going to continue to run into a problem where it's going to get slower and slower. So it's kind of time to replace that guy. No, because it already has the upgrades I would normally recommend would be replacing the hard drive with an SSD. It already has that. More RAM because it has very little RAM in it. But I would put that money towards purchasing a newer computer, honestly. All right. It is not. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Have a good one. Bye. That's awesome, Emily. You could just post pictures of them, Emily. Why you always lying? Here. This is what my calibration looks like. Does that look good to you guys? Because it doesn't look freaking good to me. It's like it's not adhering to the bed at all. Okay, we got ourselves a desktop computer that is not powering on. And it's an HP, which means more than likely it is this generic HP power supply. But we're going to take a look. We're going to find out. See if we can't figure it out. unplug these. Yes, I actually just recently washed the build plate because I was printing ABS. And anytime I print with ABS, I wash the build plate immediately after because otherwise it leaves a very, very heavy residue on everything. You know, maybe it's not your wife poisoning you. Just gonna toss that one out there. So this computer's been upgraded with a Kingston SSD. Case is grounded, right? What voltage are we looking at here? We got 0 volts. 0 volts. 0 volts. 0 volts. Alright, power supply is 100% dead. Let me see if I got one. This is Chris. Get the what replaced? I'm having a hard time hearing you. Yeah, you just have to bring it in and I can take a look at it. So are the keys still functioning? Sure, I'd have to order like a set specific to that keyboard that matches the switches. Not the keys themselves, not the plastic parts, but the things that hold the switches in place. So there's specific stuff that I have to order. And like depending on exactly how expensive the keyboard is, like if it's a $50 keyboard, usually each key switch like that ends up being about 10 bucks. So depending on how many you need, it might just be a better idea to replace the keyboard. It just depends on how many you're missing. Yeah, so then at that point, is your phone in your pocket, man? Yeah, because it sounds like it's like you're talking through something, and it sounds like something's moving across it. Yeah, that's like incredibly loud. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. But yeah, bring it in. Let me take a look at it. I can get the model number of the keyboard, tell you how much it would be, and then just kind of go from there. 1 o'clock. Sure. Well, I'm here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30. Alrighty, have a good one. Bye. I thought Angeline pulled some power supplies for me. Alright, ordering a power supply, because I do not have one of these. This is like the third one of these I've ordered this week. Why would they? Wait. If the bottle says vegan and gluten-free, that means it's edible. Sold my AirPods. Or my Pixel Buds. People start messaging me about that now. Or stop. Yeah. 2070 for $100. Yeah. Alright, what do we got here for this power supply? Nine, 3, 7, 5, 1, 6 dash 004. Monday. So how's everyone doing? Well, I hope. $24. Waiting on parts ordered. Not started 1. 'Cause it's easier. Capital One's really getting angry at me. Because I'm logging in every day and I'm paying money against my bill every day. Yes, Tech, I am paying the balance as I charge stuff. So I'm making like 5 and 6 payments to them a day, and they're like, no! Accrue interest! Stop it! No, they literally sent me an email that says, we noticed that you're paying your bill quite often. Or you're paying, how do they word it? You're paying towards the balance on days that are not your payment day. We highly recommend paying once or twice per month. Yeah. Okay, Emily. All right, we need to order ECC memory for that server for them. Who are you going to have to overdo it a little for to get to trust you? That is what I do not understand. So I'll explain to you why I do it like this. This is something that Joe and I actually talked about a bit. I have this problem of once I put something on a credit card, it leaves my brain because I have ADHD real bad. And what I end up doing is I end up forgetting that I need to pay on the credit card, so I don't set that money aside. So if I just go out of my way and I just pay it, so like I just ordered that power supply. That power supply was $70. If I just pay the $70 on the credit card, as soon as I do it, it's like it's coming right out of my bank account and I don't even forget it. Because the money's gone already anyways. It's just going through a different card. And I like, so if this was $70, I paid $85 to cover not only the interest, but to help pay down the card a little bit. That's something that Joe suggested I do. I understand. Again, I'm not talking about the interest right now. I'm talking about me being really bad with money. All right, we're gonna buy 3. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, you have to make money to be bad with it. One of my screens just shut off. Oh, it's about to happen. Let's see if this changeover happens correctly. Why did that not change? Can I have you do something for me, Tech? I would like to find the best solution. I don't think you can do it, Emily. Not that you don't have the capability, but I don't think you have the time to help me with this. I would like to find the best solution for doing like chat redemptions to text. What's that, Miss Muffin? Oh, you know, I don't forget to make the payment. I forget that I've purchased something and I need to allocate the money that I have in my bank account to paying for the thing that I purchased. That's what I forget. If that makes sense. So if I have $1,000 in my bank account and I spend 500 of it on the credit card, my brain goes, I still have $1,000, not I have $500. That's what I have a problem with. Yeah, so like hold on. I know there, like for those donation redemptions, it was speaking with the Australian accent, which I'm not good at, mate. Is this just available in here? Did it say how much I made? Somewhere? Oh yeah, right there. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, you guys need to just chill with how much money I'm making. All $36. That's almost enough for me to pay for 2 Starbucks meals. Because when you go to Starbucks now, it's literally $20 for 2 people. It's insane. Maybe it's just in alerts? Visuals. Alert sound. Oh. Hold on. So it looks like it's just here. Lee, you are stealing my head moderator's work. Maybe. Okay. I do have a lot of mods. I have more mods than viewers, Emily. I was hoping. Okay. What, become a mod? No, I don't want to give people the ability to ban people. Someone redeem something now that I've saved this. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, so we need to have one that is like ask a question. Here we go. This. All right, so let's set this for 100. So I like that. We need to find a different platform to do donations on, because remember my Um, well, that one didn't work. Okay, so do I need to have... channel points... general settings... So we have ask a computer question, text and speech, username, try it again, Lee. Maybe I just need to set up like a dedicated PayPal specifically for that. Oh, it's on cooldown. Alright, try now. Also need to edit that. Where is it? Oh, hold on. I'm a smart one. I'm a smart one. Oh, I was editing the wrong thing. Message. Say alert text. Okay. One more time. Did I save that? I saved it. I was gonna say, can you go refund them? Why is it not working? Ow, ow. Alright. Channel points. This one here. Show redemption message. Say alert text. Say redemption message. Oh, okay. Try it now. My hair is getting long. Okay. Did that one work? I heard that one. Did you guys not hear that one? Okay. I think my speakers, it's going through my headphones. It's not going through my speakers. I think it should just be desktop audio. Hold on. It might be just ridiculously quiet. Hold on. How do I... There used to be a button that says test. Here we go. I almost need to add another audio source specifically for it, because otherwise it's gonna be so it's gonna be much louder.
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, it just waved.
So the problem then ends up with this, where now all of the audio coming from my computer is going to be at this volume. So all of the time you're gonna be trying to hear me talking over that audio source.
Born just in time to
So I need to figure out how to get that audio source isolated. And I'm sure you guys heard next to nothing of what I just said. Control audio Twitch alerts. See, now I can't hear
I can see this potentially being abused at some point. Totally not by me though. Totally. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, it just waved.
I'm gonna have to set up a dedicated volume thing. Like, I'm 100% gonna have to do that. Because I can't hear it at all. Oh, wait.
Never
Wait. I can hear that. Okay, how loud was that for you guys? Okay, so this is it all the way up. Is that good for you guys? Is that too loud for you guys? I need feedback here. Low? Okay. You know what we do then. Yeah, it is now a dedicated audio channel.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
How's that? The problem is it's making it super loud for me too. Because, like I said, this is like, it's making it somewhat uncomfortable for me.
What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, it just waved. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, it just waved.
So, I went from 10 to 15. So let's try 12 and a half.
What did one ocean say to the other ocean?
Is that good?
Nothing, it just waved. How much deeper would the ocean be if there were no sponges?
All right. The description is ask a computer question.
Sent you a DM on Discord.
Oh, okay. All right. Now people can ask me questions. And then I can hear them and not miss them. So, highlight message. Do we want to do that one? Do we want to have it be all of them? Is that a thing? I mean, I can do all of them, right? Is the RTX 2070 Super Gaming X Trio rare? I don't think so. Like, enough of them sold. Like, I mean, you can see them. They're all over eBay between $200 and $300. Yeah, it's MSI's video card. There's one right there. We're going to Australia?
SpecVengeance just subscribed.
How many SSDs does the average person need? Usually recommend 2. I don't even know what that is. So it's a hype train. What do we have for this? Alright, I need to... Here, let's look at this. Let's find some sound effects. Oh, no ambience. User interface. I can barely hear this. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, I like that one too. Why can I barely hear this? Ah. Apparently my button fell off entirely here. I've been saying it's about time this thing is on its last legs. This thing is still like incredibly quiet. I don't want to replace these, but I think I'm gonna have to. Why can I barely hear this? That's loud.
Born too late to explore the Earth. Born too early to explore space. Born just in time to spam memes.
Alright, so that's all there now.
Commander, you've got a new message at your private terminal.
Why did my bill go up by $20? Oh, because I made overseas calls, quote unquote. Get out of here. It was from when I had to go deal with that kid over at IMG. That's not surprising. Dang it! Why? Why must...
If you've been on Twitter, YouTube, or Reddit these last few weeks, you've probably noticed your favorite creators decrying that the end of the world is nigh, their channel is dying, and that you should sign up for their Patreon. The reason for this sad state of affairs is obvious and clear. YouTube, yes, those evil sausages up in their ivory tower are very obviously and purposefully suppressing your favorite content creators, and we need to fight back to stop them. Yeah, start grabbing your pitchforks. But here's the thing, you are actually wrong about the YouTube algorithm, and it's not your fault that you think something because a YouTuber told you it was the case, and it's also not their fault because they think it was a different YouTuber told them, and so on and so on. In this video, I will explain why your favorite YouTubers are wrong, why they have reached their conclusion that their channels are dying, should they still panic, and what is actually going on with the YouTube algorithm. So let's get introductions out of the way. I am the Spiffing Grit. I have been on YouTube for over a decade.
Yep.
Seen the rise and fall of many channels and the gradual changes of the algorithm. I even helped facilitate some of those changes by breaking the systems YouTube gives us. And you are, of course, a viewer. On average, you are probably in your early 30s and enjoy drinking tea. Oh, and you are almost certainly a dude. Yeah, my community is a real sausage fest. But with that out of the way, let's dive straight into this video. So in the last few weeks, creators have been making a lot of fuss about their channels dying. I would say this trend hit mainstream with this Linus Tech Tips video titled Our Views Are Down. In this video, Linus and his handsome co-star discuss that their most recent uploads have performed well below their expectations and averages, in some cases getting 50% less views than normal. This is of course pretty bad for business, and would set off alarm bells for anyone. If it was just one or two videos being off, then it's easy to move past. But in a world that feels more stressful, with more pressure than ever to financially provide for others, then yes, Linus actually has to take more time to worry about if his channel is actually dying. It's honestly a good and interesting video that shows how experienced a creator Linus is. He acknowledges this isn't the first dip he's seen in his channel, and he knows that it probably won't be his last. Most of his concerns come from a perspective of an employer. He talks about about how less views on the channel will affect his potential earnings, and how he might need to adapt for changes in the algorithm. However, this video makes the mistake of not being hyperbolic enough. Quite frankly, it's too boring to the average viewer. After all, it's titled "Our Views Are Down," not "YouTube is crushing our viewership." Oh my, how did that video get here? This is a video from Second Wind, a channel set up by some truly incredible creatives and industry veterans. Zero Punctuation, and now fully Ramblematic, has been a series that has run for generations, and I personally adore the eloquence used in these videos to describe whatever AAA gaming slop has just been released. However, this video is quite frankly terrible. Let me of course preface this by saying that I am a creator, and the people behind this video are also creators who I respect. I like their work, I'm not criticizing them as people, just that this video here is bad. And we'll get to why later, but first, what are their actual complaints? In the video, Yahtzee explains that their most recent videos are not performing well in comparison to previous ones. The reason is not the videos themselves, it's actually something entirely different. They believe that it is because YouTube is not actually serving the videos, and it's all thanks to this thing here, YouTube restricted mode. According to this video, if you turn it on, content that could potentially be mature is not shown, and so most creators will have several of their videos not visible to people using YouTube in restricted mode. This obviously justifies the 10 to 30% drop in viewership that Second Wind are currently experiencing with their latest releases, but that's pretty much the gist of the video, so they plug their Patreon as all good indie creators should do and call it a day. But it turns out they weren't the only people noticing a view drop. Red Letter Media also make their obligatory YouTube is broken video. It's very similar to Second Wind. In fact, they made this video to support their friend Jack, who works on that channel, and to raise awareness to the very same issue. Similarly, they reference that restricted mode is very bad, and they also point to a video they uploaded at the start of August that didn't do as well as expected. So once again, this is more evidence that the YouTube algorithm is suppressing some of your favorite creators, all because of this restricted mode. Restricted mode was also one of the main talking points of a video from fellow British creator Josh Drive Hayes, who you will have probably watched if you know what an MMO is. I would show you some of the video, but he deleted it for reasons we'll get to later. To vaguely summarize his perspective, he believed that YouTube was either potentially bugged, turning restricted mode on for some people, or maybe there was a nefarious ploy to make the algorithm more advertiser friendly. But you should start to get the picture. What began as a retrospective from Linus about his channel declining has now grown into this huge site-wide cascade of creators getting less views at the start of September because of this new silly feature called YouTube restricted mode. We're so certain of this fact because there are of course tweets getting thousands and thousands of likes, and they're being circulated around like hotcakes. Creators on all platforms and private forums are talking about this, and this in turn creates algorithmic demand, so you have creators making response and update videos and speculating about their own analytics, repeating this cycle and cementing that this new algorithm update in September is the end of YouTube as we know it, and that it's probably caused by an AI restricted mode thingy. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. I think we found the root cause of the problem with the YouTube algorithm. So yes, some of you might have seen this coming. It's not actually restricted mode. The thing I've seen most creators blame is not even remotely the cause for downturn in viewers. For a start, I don't even think most people know what restricted mode is. It's a feature that wasn't added in September. It's a feature that wasn't even added in August. It's been a part of YouTube since probably before you started using the platform. It's a feature that exists to restrict potentially mature content from being shown. Its sole purpose is so that places like schools and libraries can have access to YouTube without the fear that a child is watching a GTA 5 Let's Play, because the game is technically for adults. It's not perfect, there's definitely a lot of videos that slip through the cracks, but it's a good enough change to make a very big platform slightly safer for kids. In 2017, restricted mode accounted for a mere 1.5% of views on the platform, and I honestly expect this number to be even lower now, as it's really not a popular feature. Restricted mode is not the cause for less views, because it has not in any way changed. The people still using restricted mode will make up only a tiny fraction of anyone's active viewer base. There is no possible way that 30% of viewers for Second Wind are now in restricted mode, when probably less than 1% of their entire viewer base might have ever used it at any point. No, it's not restricted mode, and no, YouTube is not secretly switching accounts into restricted mode to kill your favorite creators. The YouTube algorithm exists with one purpose: to keep you watching. If they think the best video for you to watch watch is adult themed, then that's what it will recommend, because it wants you to watch so that you can get served adverts. A business as large as YouTube will not shoot itself in the foot by cutting off Linus Tech Tips from the magic money tree because they believe 1/5 of his videos might be too mature for a child. The algorithm will only ever kill a channel, so to speak, if it genuinely can't find anyone interested in watching that video. And given how big the internet is and how much YouTube is continuously growing year on year, I think that would be quite an achievement. But I won't argue that views aren't down for these creators. All of these creators are concerned about a genuine thing that is affecting their channel. So no, I won't lie and say that your channel is actually performing at the exact same level as it was 2 months ago, but you're probably lying to yourself and your audience if you're blaming restricted mode. I mean, even in the videos creators made exposing restricted mode, they would still have videos that performed incredibly well that were actually hidden in restricted mode. Surely if it's hidden, the algorithm would mean it performs well below your average. But of course, thanks to everyone blaming restricted mode, these clear obvious points were missed, as it's so easy to blame YouTube, which makes sense because we see YouTube regularly age restrict, demonetize, and copyright takedown channels. This means that creators live in fear that they might be next, and so when they think their works are being suppressed, oh, they'll be angry. Of course, we can't hold it against the creators, and you definitely shouldn't go and be mean to them. After all, when they made their complaint, and YouTube responded, they didn't listen. This is because they don't trust YouTube and any public source that comes from them because, well, they're an inconsistent mega corporation. They tell you you're getting a human review, and let's be real, it probably isn't. YouTubers mostly trust each other, and so explanations that the algorithm is actually suppressing them and then examples of data that go alongside it feed into cycles that can scale to hyperbolic levels like this. Most creators don't even claim to be experts about the algorithm. I think Mike and Jay in the Red Letter Media videos say they don't know anything about YouTube probably about 5 times. After all, they're creators whose passion is for making videos, not sitting down and analyzing years worth of spreadsheets. We can fault them for being wrong about what they said, but we can't fault these people for being concerned. Fans and creators are raising their voices to defend their favorite content providers. They just don't exactly know what they're fighting against, only that they're fighting for what's good, their favorite creators. So if someone says it's restricted mode, then it's probably restricted mode, and until someone with a big enough stick in the game says otherwise, that's going to be the prevailing narrative. And hello, here I am, the self-proclaimed king of the algorithm, waving my big stick and telling you to put down the pitchforks. So now what? Who on earth do we blame? So if not restricted mode, there are a few other things I've seen creators blame for this decline. Let's start with shadow banning. This is the vague idea that a channel is being signaled out and suppressed by YouTube. This usually comes with the notion that the creator is covering non-mainstream ideas that the men in power don't want you to know about. Sometimes it connects to this idea that these videos don't get as many ads, and so YouTube doesn't want to show them. But YouTube's main goal is watch time, and the amount of ads placed in a video makes absolutely no difference on how much YouTube will push a video. It is with absolute certainty I can say that shadow banning doesn't exist. Quite frankly, none of us are special enough for a platform this big. YouTube cares not if you talk about the worst of humanity or you have the most vanilla ice cream take possible. All they care about is watch time. But as a species, we generally follow the opinions of the herd, and so our viewing behaviors mirror that, leading to groups of viewers of niche topics becoming more enclaved away from the rest, just consuming content that is specialized for their niche but wouldn't be attractive to someone looking from the outside in. Anyway, if not shadow banning, then what about hype? This is a hot new YouTube feature that we've been given, whereby small channels beneath 500k subscribers can receive boosts from their viewers. Basically, you can pay so that a video gets more impressions and more recommendations. These impressions then might turn into views and grow the channel that's been boosted. So the idea is that if you're a channel and your audience aren't boosting you, you're being suppressed by the algorithm, because YouTube wants you to make more money for them. There's just one slight problem. This feature's already been on YouTube for months now in different regions, and well, it's just not used that much. It hasn't really had much of an impact at all. It's also brand new in the West, and so it's seen limited use. So no, it's not causing a huge drop in viewership. It, however, is a brand new YouTube feature, and that means it probably has some weird exploits in it. So if you want to see if I can break it, then hey, subscribe and find out in a future video. But for now, the timelines just don't match up. Hype is not the cause of this viewership decline. Another thing I've seen blamed is that YouTube has changed the way views are tracked. The idea idea being that creators are getting the same amount of real views, but perhaps the botted or duplicated views of previous videos have been removed. This was actually a very strong talking point of the Linus Tech Tips videos, and they're not without good reason. These changes do happen with YouTube, and in fact we've recently had one with Shorts changing to fit the TikTok approach to counting a view as seeing a single mere frame of a video, but it only affects Shorts and not normal videos. It's a change to display, not to the actual algorithm. I also know that no change has been made to the YouTube view counting and verification in the period that these creators are discussing. This confirmation comes from multiple sources that work at YouTube who know far more about this than anyone else on the planet. Okay, so all of those classic blames are out of the way, and yet we're no closer to discovering why the algorithm is seemingly suppressing creators and leading to them having less views. So, what do we have to blame instead? Yes, welcome to the great rug pull of this episode, where I reveal that you, the viewer, were the villain all along. It might seem hard to take in if you're a creator or just an audience member, but ultimately the reason videos get views is because people watch them. Videos don't get views if people don't watch them. It really is as simple as that. The weird nebulous YouTube algorithm doesn't decide who gets a view, you do. The reason views are 10% lower on one fully ramblomatic video than another are the exact same as the reason why views might be 50% higher on a different one. A different amount of human beings, for whatever reason, chose to watch or not watch that video. So instead of asking why YouTube is giving a video less views, instead take a look at what actually provides the views. You know, your own audience? And there are hundreds of reasons why someone who watched a previous video might not watch the next one that gets recommended to them from the same creator. In the case of Fully Ramblomatic, I will always go out of my way to watch one of their videos covering a game that I'm interested in, like Sid Meier's Pirates. It's a game I have a lot of happy nostalgia for, but a game like Ninja Gaiden just doesn't interest me at all. Sure, I might have watched the video if I had time, but I've been busy over the summer, so that means I had less time to watch videos, so I had to narrow down the creators I was watching to just the ones who I know will be able to deliver a video that I'm looking for. Audiences are fickle and not loyal. We like to think that we care strongly about everything online, but in reality we cling on to and discard topics and creators at a blistering pace. A channel doesn't exist in a vacuum. Neither does a video. This entire platform is a living, breathing ecosystem with so many different moving parts. By all means, a creator can make a better video, but whether it gets more or less views is much more determined by external modifiers. But this particular time frame of early August and the start of September that creators are complaining about is quite interesting. It's a very intense period of time, especially when you realize that most new creators get their first break over the holiday. This is often because they're actually having time off from work or school, allowing them to basically go semi-full-time and create better videos, leading to even more competition in the communities that they provide for. In 2010, there were hundreds of creators making content like this. And now in 2025, you can have thousands of creators making incredible, groundbreaking videos that are better than ever, uploaded every single day of the week. The bar for competition has certainly been raised. So yes, the audience is definitely the thing we should be looking at. And what better way to demonstrate a rapid movement of an audience than with a good bit of drama. A few weeks ago, the entire gaming landscape was covered in Pirate Software drama videos. Even if you'd never heard of him or seen any of his content before, you definitely got to know about the drama by the end of it. Everyone had to have an opinion, of course, and everyone had to be involved and draw battle lines. It was a real fight that felt quite thrilling to be a part of, I'm sure. Streamers were making comments and getting viral clips, people were poking fun at each other, drama channels were churning out shocking new updates, declaring that his career was going to be over, he was finished. Oh, it was so exciting. I bet it felt great to nod in agreement with your friends when you all agreed that this creator is just the worst person in the world. And then the bubble bursts. Everyone slowly realizes that actually I probably shouldn't be spending hours of my week watching something to feel the emotion of anger towards what is basically a total stranger online. Content exists to make you feel emotions, and we as viewers chase the content that makes us feel the most. We chase senses of community, and we remember the content and creators who make us laugh the most or make us the most angry about the things we ought to be angry about. Is Pirate Software a bad person? Honestly, I don't know, and I don't care. I don't think it actually matters. But for the channels who were making content on this viral topic, as soon as the drama ended, so did their views. Their audience were around to see this silly influencer get dunked on by facts and logic. But audiences are fickle, so when the next drama isn't as interesting, or it doesn't cover a topic they know anything about or they're not invested in, they move back to the next fresh bit of emotion that they get served by YouTube. So, did the YouTube algorithm change and kill these drama channels? No, it didn't. The audience simply stopped watching. Now, this was a very easy example to use of the rapid movements of audiences in and out of spaces. Most of the time, it's not as obvious and clear-cut as this. But what we are seeing on YouTube at the moment is similar, and it's on a much bigger scale. There is a reason why creators' videos have dipped in view count at the start of August and September. The reasoning is a very human one, and I've hinted to it throughout the video. The views are from the viewers, and we, the viewers, live boring human lives. That means at the start of August, the greatest human migration event happens as we enter the summer holidays. The first week of August is the busiest summertime week, where people's regular schedules are thrown out of the window because you've got a one-week trip to Disneyland. Can I blame my viewers for not regularly watching me when they're on the beach sipping gin and tonics? No, I can't, because chances are I'm doing the same. So of course views are going to be down. You have less hours of the day dedicated to watching content. Still, as people return home over the summer period, views often tick back up again. But then we get to September. Well, it's the biggest season of change for us humans. Teenagers go back to school, adults start university, or maybe enter into the workforce. And at the moment, with the world we live in, some are even starting second jobs to make ends meet, or desperately seeking new jobs with better wages. When you add all of this together, you get people that are spread thin with the weight of the world, with less and less time dedicated to entertainment. This trend is so common that each year, Rene over at YouTube releases the exact same tweet after creators panic that their viewer figures are down. He's used the exact same video for multiple years now. So yes, I'm afraid that the thing most creators are panicking about is the exact same thing that other creators panicked about at this exact same time last year. And they did it the year before that, and the year before that. And chances are we'll be doing the exact same thing next year. The thing is, this isn't a YouTube thing. This is a worldwide global trend that all big companies and entertainers are struggling with. Twitch, the live streaming platform, hosts September in this month. In this period of time, the paid sub to most creators is halved. It's done not to give the creators more money, but to try and keep viewers hooked on the platform, as it pushes creators to go big on this month, to bring out their biggest ideas, and get some of their more casual fans into becoming dedicated fans. The reason it's done in September is because otherwise Twitch would see a very big viewership decline, because everyone's going back to work. Who has time to watch a live stream? But it's not just Twitch. The media industry in particular have been struggling with this topic for years. How do we deal with audiences not going to the cinema for a regular 7 out of 10 film? How do we sell an okay video game in a world of hyperinflation? And the answer most companies appear to have settled on is that you have to make everything seem like the most important thing in the world that promises to provide value to the viewer with the limited amount of time and money they have. So when big companies are scrambling to manufacture the strongest emotions and grab the most attention, creators are almost expected to do the same. We're not just competing with other creators, we're competing with other entertainment platforms. We're competing with the free time human beings have. There's a reason why the creators affected by the view drops are well established, generally with years on the platform and many videos. There's a reason why channels that recently changed styles, formats, or just started taking off are doing completely fine. Viewers want something new, fresh, and worth their time. You could spend weeks constantly chasing trends like Mr. Beast, always building up your ideas, making them bigger, being on top of the next talking point, but then you have to lose a lot of your creative identity. Is it worth it to bend over backwards to get attention and lose who you are along the way? I don't look at someone like Mr. Beast and see someone who's happy with the content they make. I see someone who is happy with how it performed, and that's just not how I like to make my content. Holding attention is the aim of the game, and it's one of the main reasons why.
Yeah, that probably explains it. You didn't understand the video? You need to understand what's going on in the YouTube space to understand the video. sure, but if I concede that there's sudden like a drop off, and I'm one of the smallest, that says something. Where Chris? Chris going home. Goodbye, everybody.